The family SUV world just hit the reset button. And if you thought you'd already seen everything this segment could offer, the 2026 Ford Explorer is here to prove you wrong. This is not a light refresh, not a minor tweak, but a full-on rethink of one of Ford's most important vehicles. Bigger, smarter, more powerful, and far more modern. The 2026 Ford Explorer is clearly aiming straight at rivals like the Toyota Highlander, Honda Pilot, Hyundai Palisade, and even the Kia Telluride, and it's doing so with confidence. You're watching the Car Review Hub, and today we're diving deep into why this new Explorer might be the family SUV everyone else now has to chase. Let's kick things off at the back, because the rear of the 2026 Ford Explorer tells you immediately that this SUV has grown up. Tail design is cleaner, wider, and much more upscale than before. Slim LED taillights stretch across the tailgate and are linked by a full-width light bar, giving the Explorer a strong and recognizable nighttime signature. The tailgate itself is broader and flatter, which not only looks modern, but also makes loading cargo way easier, especially when your hands are full of groceries or sports gear. The bumper is smoothly integrated with subtle sculpting instead of unnecessary fake vents or clutter. Up top, there's a redesigned roof spoiler that improves airflow and adds just the right amount of sportiness. From behind, the Explorer feels planted and confident, almost like it's moved a class up. Do you prefer this clean, modern look? Or do you miss the chunkier SUV designs of the past? Now slide over to the left side, and this is where the new Explorer really shows its proportions. The 2026 model looks longer and more balanced, thanks to a stretched wheelbase that improves both stability and interior space. The body lines are sharper and more defined, giving the SUV a more athletic profile without looking aggressive for the sake of it. One of the standout details here is the flush door handles, which reduce aerodynamic drag and add a premium, almost luxury SUV feel. Large alloy wheels, available in multiple designs and sizes depending on trim, sit confidently in the wheel arches and give the Explorer a solid stance on the road. The roofline gently slopes toward the rear, creating a sleek silhouette while still preserving headroom for third-row passengers. From this angle, it's clear Ford wanted the Explorer to look capable and refined at the same time. If this were parked next to a Highlander or a Palisade, which one do you think would grab your attention first? Moving around to the right side, the design consistency really stands out. The shoulder line runs cleanly from front to back, visually, stretching the SUV and making it appear more stable at highway speeds. The doors feel tall and wide, which translates to easier entry and exit for passengers of all ages. Subtle chrome or dark trim accents, depending on the trim level, add a touch of sophistication without going overboard. Everything here feels intentional, from the wheel design to the lower body cladding that hints at light off-road capability. The Explorer doesn't scream for attention, but it definitely commands respect. And that's a balance many SUVs struggle to achieve. This is the kind of design that looks just as good pulling up to a school as it does heading out on a long road trip. Step inside, because this is where the 2026 Ford Explorer makes one of its biggest jumps forward. The cabin feels completely reimagined, with a focus on space, technology, and everyday usability. The first thing you'll notice is the massive horizontal touchscreen that stretches across the center of the dashboard. It controls navigation, media, climate settings, drive modes, towing features, and more, all wrapped in a clean, easy-to-use interface. In front of the driver, there's a fully digital instrument cluster that's sharp, customizable, and surprisingly intuitive. The overall dashboard layout is more minimal than before, but it still feels practical, not stripped down material. Quality is noticeably improved. Soft touch surfaces are everywhere you expect them to be. Stitching looks more refined, and the trim options give the Explorer a genuinely premium vibe. The seats have been redesigned for better comfort on long drives, with available heating, ventilation, power adjustment, and even massage functions on higher trims. Front, it feels like a proper upgrade, but the real win is in the back. The second row offers generous legroom, especially with captain's chairs, and the third row is now more usable for adults, not just kids. How often do you actually use the third row in your SUV? And does it matter to you if adults can sit back there comfortably? Technology is everywhere in this cabin. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, along with wireless phone, charging, and multiple USB-C ports across all 3 rows. There's an available premium sound system that delivers rich, clear audio, ambient lighting to set the mood at night, and an improved voice assistant that actually understands what you're saying. For families, Ford has added smart storage solutions, underfloor cargo compartments, and available rear-seat entertainment screens to keep passengers happy on long journeys. A panoramic sunroof on higher trims floods the cabin with light and makes the Explorer feel even more open and airy. Safety and driver assistance are also a major focus. The 2026 Explorer comes equipped with the latest version of Ford Copilot 360, including adaptive cruise control, lane centering, blind spot monitoring, automatic emergency braking, evasive steering assist, and a 360-degree camera system. Parking is easier, towing is safer, and highway driving feels less stressful. If you're buying a family SUV, how important is advanced safety tech compared to performance or design? Speaking of performance, let's talk engines. The 2026 Ford Explorer offers multiple powertrain options depending on market and trim. Updated turbocharged engines deliver more horsepower and torque than before. It's translating into quicker acceleration and more confident highway passing. There's also strong anticipation around improved hybrid options, pairing electric assistance with turbo power for better fuel efficiency and instant low-end torque. That means smoother city driving, quieter operation, and lower fuel costs over time. The transmission and drivetrain have been refined as well, making power delivery feel smoother and more responsive. Ride quality has seen noticeable improvements thanks to revised suspension tuning and a wider, more rigid chassis. The Explorer feels more planted on the road, with reduced body roll in corners and better stability at higher speeds. Steering is more natural and predictable. It's making the SUV easier to drive whether you're navigating tight city streets or cruising. On the highway, towing remains one of the Explorer's strong points, with competitive towing capacity and smart trailer assist features that make hauling boats or campers far less intimidating. Would you actually tow with your family SUV, or is it just nice to know you could? Now let's talk price, because this is where things get really interesting. While official pricing may vary by market, the 2026 Ford Explorer is expected to stay competitive within the midsize SUV segment. Entry-level trims should remain accessible for families upgrading from smaller crossovers, while higher trims with all the tech and luxury features will still undercut many premium brand SUVs. When you compare what the Explorer offers in terms of space, technology, power, and safety, it positions itself as strong value against the Highlander, Pilot, and Palisade. If pricing lands where we expect, do you think the Explorer offers better value than its rivals? So what's the final verdict? The 2026 Ford Explorer isn't just an update, it's a statement. Ford has taken everything people liked about the Explorer and fixed what needed improvement. The result is a family SUV that looks more modern, feels more premium, drives better, and offers technology that genuinely makes life easier. It's spacious, powerful, comfortable, and packed with features that matter in the real world. For families, adventurers, and anyone who needs a versatile, 3-row SUV, the new Explorer makes a very strong case for itself. Now I want to hear from you. Would you choose the 2026 Ford Explorer over the Toyota Highlander, Honda Pilot, or Hyundai Palisade? Which feature matters most to you when buying a family SUV? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I read every single one. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and follow the Car Review Hub for more honest, in-depth car reviews. Hit that notification bell so you never miss what's next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.